How are you today? This morning part of our discussion has something to do with the unpacking the self, but in a specific one, which is the digital self. So, what is digital self? So, let's try to define first. The word digital self, rather, the words and self presentation and self promotion. Digital self is the persona you use when you are online. Concrete example, this is the real me. I did not wear mask in order for you to see clearly of my real image. I did not try to make any filter to tell the truth of who really I am talking in front of you. I don't need to hide my face because this is my reality. This is my real face. Why I am ashamed of. What is the purpose of creating your social media account? It's just only for your own personal happiness, or you just want to invite something or someone to like your post, to like your image or images. Kaya pinifilter natin. If you try to double check in the tech, some of the TikTokers, they're having a lot of filters. I'm so sorry, I'm not mean to have it, but that's a concrete example. Some they look so handsome and beautiful, but afterwards they're going to remove their mask. And they are so beautiful that afterwards they're going to use and to remove their makeups. Self-presentation refers to how people attempt to present themselves to control or shape how others view them. Kaya nga dami ngayon diyan sa digital self, bakit karamihan magpa-sexy? Is it because they want to portray their bodies? No, it's because they want to be recognized and someone can like them and can give them more views for their own benefits, not for the sake that they are relating a good messages. Self-promotion refers to the practices or practice of purposefully trying to present oneself as highly competent to other self. So ikaw to, and that's the reason why you're afraid of opening your camera the moment you're going to be called in your online classes, because you cannot accept the reality. Now look at the background. I try to set up that kind of way. The background, which the back of the stands of those portraits and those chairs, I try to intend those things so that you can able to critique and to criticize the reality of my background now and the reality of our discussion today. Digital self is the persona you use when you are online. Persona you are used when you are online. Nagbalat-anyo ka, nagkunwari ka, na ikaw yan, gina-filter mo, pero ang totoo pala, mga pores natin makikita na yan, the white hairs, huwag kang matakot, ikaw yan. Some people maintain one or more online identifiers that are distinct from their real world or real world selves. Others have a single online self that is more or less the same as the one they inhabit in the real world. Okay? Now, why is the digital self so important for your career? The simple reason is that once you go online as your real self, using your own name or appearance, you have an online presence that can be traced back to you in the real world. Your online presence is hard to hide, difficult to control, and easy for the recruiters and hiring managers to find. Because of this, it's important to manage your online identity carefully to ensure that your public image, your brand is presented is the best possible light. And this is the reason why I encourage you, the moment you have your Facebook account, the moment you have your Twitter account, YouTube account, do not hide your real image. Because in your future career, online application, they used to ask you to send your online resume or curriculum vitae. And if you filtered everything, then they will scrutinize you in a negative form, or hindi ka na, hindi mo sila na-impressed. Kaya ingatan mo yung imahe mo. Huwag kang magpalit-palit panay ng pictures. Those who are changing their profiles, those who are hiding their profiles, are hiding something about their real self. Ano pa ang purpose na gumawa ka ng social media account mo? Ayaw mo pala ipakita yung mukha mo. Kasi gumagawa tayo na minsan ng kabalastugan. I didn't say that you are the one doing so. I didn't say that you are the one alone doing on it. But some, I'm referring to those who created multiple, triple, and so on and so forth accounts to hide their real identities. Time comes, mag-struggle ka nun. Kasi sa mundo ngayon, isang pindot mo lang, matitrace ka na. Kaya nagtaka ka, kahit sa ang sulok ka sa mundo magtago, bakit makikita at makikita ka pa rin? Nasa digital world na po tayo. Okay? Madali lang matrace. Kaya may national ID tayo, may NBI tayo, may police clearance tayo, kasi wala kang kaparehas, especially the thumb mark per se, wala yang kahawig ang mga thumb marks natin. Okay? So, ayusin natin ngayon ang ating digital profile picture. Huwag kang mahiya. Ipakita mo sa buong mundo na ikaw yan. Mas nakakahiya pag mag-discover nilang ang gaganda mo sa picture mo, but the reality itself, I like those foreign people who really likes to marry a Filipina girl. One concrete example is my neighbor. She's not beautiful, but according to the Canadian, she's the most gorgeous, the most beautiful ever that he met in his whole life. Can you imagine? Kapalaran mo yun. Kahit ano pang gawin mo sa mukha mo, you are destined to have this and to have that. Huwag kang maya. Pakita sa buong mundo ang totoong mong mukha, ang totoong ikaw. And the reason maybe you are hiding something kaya takot kang ipakita sa buong mundo ang totoong anyo mo. By doing so, you reap several advantages. One, you have more control over your digital identity. It is not possible to have 100% control, but by building your own online presence, you will always maintain the lion's share. Ang ganda-ganda mo. Kumbaga, ako to, I'm proud of. Taas noo ka. Wala kang tinatapakan, wala kang inalipusta, wala kang nilalait, kasi ikaw talaga yan. At wala kang ikinahiya dapat kung wala kang tinatago. You can build a consistent identity and reduce the impact of problems that might put hirers or recruiters of contacting you. Think of the damage control that celebrities do when salacious stories start circulating. It is this kind of approach, but on a much smaller scale. Just like what you're going to do, halimbawa may ginawa kang kabalastugan. Sa picture mo, sa video mo, nag-create ka, tapos accidentally or intentionally you publish it, yun, nasisira ng image mo. Dami to sa mga celebrities. Para sumikat, lalo gumagawa ng mga hakbang na hindi man lang pinag-iisipan ng maigi. Before you drop all your cards, think million times. Okay? You have the chance to develop your own reputation as an expert or thought leader in your industry. This can mitigate the negative effects of issues such as employment gaps or an otherwise spotty work history. So, pag naglagay ka nito, pas sinabi, ang ganda nito, ang galing niya palang pwede natin siya maging head promoter natin. Siya yung i-hired natin kasi multitasking siya. She can able to deliver this, or he can able to deliver this, he can portray, she can portray, and so on and so forth. Hindi siya nahiya. Ayan, laking chance mo pa. Okay? Concrete example, yung teacher na na-meet ko sa online, si Thailand girl, is an Ilonggo, but he admitted that he's a gay. He admitted also that he has this kind of profession in Thailand. To the point he shared that hindi niya sukat akalain, ang ginawa lang niya, it's for the sake of his satisfaction sa kanyang gustong gawin sa digital world o sa social media, nakatanggap siya ngayon ng sahod. Hindi niya akalain na mas triple, quadruple, quintuplets pa yung natanggap niya. You can imagine na ang lalaki ng natanggap niya more than 100,000 or 6 digits na in just a half month. Daming nagtiwala sa kanya kasi wala siyang ginahide. He tells something the truth. Okay? Kaya lang mga Pilipino, hindi ganun eh. Hindi tayo ganun mahilig mag-patronize. Kasi mas gustuhin pa natin yung walang kamuang-muang na mga nagaganap ngayon sa social media kasi doon tayo happy. Kahit kabastusan na, ayun pa rin. Hindi natin iniisipan ng maigi. Ang para lang sa atin, it's, I don't care. Ito ako, wala kang pakialam sa buhay ko. O nga, hindi kita pinapakialaman, pinapaalala na lang kita. Baka kako, bukas o sa makalawa, gayahin mo din sila. Self-presentation is a part of a broader set of behavior or set of behaviors called impression management. Impression management refers to the controlled presentation of information about all sorts of things, including information about other people or events. Self-presentation refers specifically to information about the self. I am Mr. Bartolome Arangat Cabal Jr., your online subject professor. I've been teaching understanding the self. Now we are talking about the unpacking the self in digital self. I work at, hindi ko tinatago because I'm proud of being part of the University of Mindanao, one of the most prestigious university and a well-known university not only in Mindanao, Davao City, but the whole world. Dami tayong products. You must be proud of. Okay? Chin up. Whatever people says or people say against on you, don't bother yourself because you knew what you're doing is correct for the betterment of yourself and for your family. What you uploaded is not for your own sake, but for the people who need it. Because you do believe that it can help them, but people cannot appreciate those things because what they are appreciating so much, it's the only thing that makes them happiness for a moment. Panandali ang aliw lamang. Hindi yung habang buhay na kaalaman ang gusto nila. Bato-bato sa langit, pasensya na po. Hindi ko sinasadya kung matatamaan ko yung puso't isipan mo sa ating diskusyon ngayon. Self-promotion exists as part of a general yet extremely pervasive human motivation to be perceived favorable by others. In the case of self-promotion, people want to perceive by others by being competent. Not surprisingly, then people generally only self-promote in public and around people they want to impress, such as superiors at work. If you can still remember, if you are one of my students, if you can still remember, I let you to be part of your group mates in order to create a group presentation of the PowerPoint. Some, you are just simply scanning to the Google search engine in the network. I did not comment on a negative way on that way because I do believe it can help you because that's a way that you are going to present yourself. But it will matter a lot on how you'd be able to deliver the things that you've searched in the search engine. Diba? Mahirap? Magpakatotoo sa sarili. Ikaw yan nagsasalita. Pero minsan, wag mo nang abusuhin. Wag ka nang mag-harsh words pa. Porket sikat ka na sa social media, naging vlogger ka na, bato-bato sa langit, yung mga vloggers na mga mabubuti, hindi kasama dito, yung minsan gumagawa ng kabalustugan. Yung mga YouTubers, akala mo kung sino na silang sikat at apak-apakan na lang yung kapwa nila. Huwag naman sana ganon. Huwag natin silang gayahin. Be your own. Be unique as you are. Kasi yun ang nakakatulong sa'yo. At higit sa lahat, kilalanin mo ng lubusan yung sarili mo. Again, digital self, it refers to the persona you use when you are online. Yung imaheng pinapakita mo, ikaw talaga yan. Huwag kang maya, huwag kang magbago. Kung sikat ka na, manatiling humble pa rin. Kung umaangat na yung social media accounts mo, kung daming nagla-like sa mga photos mo, huwag kang magmayabang. Lalong-lalo na pag naka-filter yun. You must remain humble and have self-confidence para mapakita mo at maging imahe ka rin sa mga kabataan na nag-aasam na maging kagaya mo rin. Naway nagustuhan mo rin ang ating diskusyon ngayon. Sa ating pagpapatuloy, tuklasin naman natin yung ating sarili sa totoong ikaw ngayon na nakikinig at nagre-reflect sa totoong persona na nilagay mo sa iyong social media. We are now in the digital world. Be careful of putting everything to your social media account, especially your photos, your videos. It should be a healthy one, not a destructive one. God bless and Allah bless us all. Bye for now. See you to our next discussion.